Be on the bag where the story shines. Bags, brands, and secrets all in real time. From Lux deep dive to resale tea. Come vibe with the tribe, unfiltered free. We live on the mic, straight from the show. You feel the buzz and the glow as we go. Be on the bag, let's go.
Okay, you gotta do the intro.
Right? All right, you guys. So I'm Mags,
I'm Sai.
and welcome to It's in the Bag.
It's a podcast pretty much all about purses and everything with resale purses and
Right?
just good vibes, I guess, in general, right?
the resale world. Gwen, hi.
Hi, Gwen. And today we're going to be talking about a couple things. We're talking about two topics today. We're going to try and keep it under an hour, but we'll see. But we are going to be talking about how mainstream players now are entering the resale world.
Okay.
As an example, Amazon and Rebag,
We scissored.
they're scissoring.
Okay.
They're scissoring. And then also the second topic we're going to talk about is brand value and retention. So which brands hold their value? So you take over for a second real quick. I am going to get something to drink.
For real. So brands taking over. You said Rebag? Excuse me?
Yeah. How did I know there?
Rebag officially launched a partnership with Amazon luxury stores just in June, bringing nearly 30,000 authenticated pre-loved items from Hermes, Chanel, Rolex to the mainstream e-commerce fold, complete with fast shipping and Amazon return policies. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. What you gonna do, Rio?
Oh, shit. Oh,
What you gonna do? Fashion File. Don't love the name.
What
What you gonna do? Amazon came into play.
for real? We were just talking about this and the free shipping and the return policies and stuff like that. Like if one company buyers over its sellers, it's Amazon. So
So this is gonna be scary for everyone but us.
right,
We already provide this.
you're late.
But if I were anyone else selling handbags right now, Poshmark included, I'd be a little worried. Just a little bit.
I think so too, because they're it's gonna make them question their return policies and whatnot. If you're telling me I can go and buy a bag and get treated the way I shop on Prime for a luxury bag,
But with Louis Vuittons.
that's what I'm saying.
And channels.
Right.
And Hermes is.
Yes, I know.
You get the whole deal now.
Yep.
So it's not just like, coaches and whatnot. Because that's where we live.
Right.
We live in the just by MCM
Right.
area.
Right.
Sometimes 40 bucks.
PM and below.
And below, but not too low. Not all the way down to Target purses.
Right.
But still, you're going to get that Amazon return.
Yeah, that's crazy.
With Rebag.
Nothing's gonna do that.
Yeah. So I think it's a big deal. There are other mirrors. There are other ones that are coming in. For example, it looks like here Walmart might get involved with it.
Oh, we were talking about this the other day, and like that we had seen a Birkin on Walmart.com or something, and I was like, oh, could we not do that? Like,
Right. They're all coming in because the numbers are in. Every year, it's a $64 billion industry to resell things.
Mm-hmm.
Not just bags,
Mm-hmm.
clothes, just you name it, just reselling stuff
Mm-hmm.
that was once new and putting it back into the cycle, if you will.
Yeah.
$64 billion. So Bagma's all over it.
Yeah,
They're
for
like,
sure.
yeah, we're in on that.
Walmart especially is like, mm-hmm.
And
So
rising,
that
11% rising, might I add too.
wow, the pre-loved resale
Right.
is rising.
So let's talk about that. Do you think that it's going to lose brand quality? I got my
Pair up with Walmart, absolutely.
yeah, but what about Amazon? Like I got my Hermes at Amazon.com with my Prime. It showed up in an Amazon box.
It's I don't know. I'm more leery about Walmart than Amazon because I don't know. I don't look at Walmart the same way as Amazon because I know on Amazon it's just a bunch of sellers, right? It's not actually Amazon selling these bags. It's
Right.
individual sellers.
Right.
And I think that Walmart does the same thing, but it doesn't feel the same when you say Walmart.
Who just went to Walmart recently where I'm like, ugh. It was not necessarily a purse. It was a brand. They were a higher end brand. And then just over the years, they've come down. I don't remember. I just remember going by. Because every once in a while, I'll shop at Walmart. There's nothing wrong with Walmart. It's just low prices.
Yeah.
But you also default to, not their best customer service and Walmart people, and Walmart people.
and like have that self-realization at some point. Am I a Walmart person?
Yeah, you're like, wait a second, I'm at Walmart judging people at Walmart, making me a Walmart person. So, but no, generally speaking, me and Mags shop at like Target-ish. You know, we really shop everywhere, but Target when we don't want to deal with the Walmart-ish. Like, I don't mind paying.
I'm a thrifty person. I'd rather
Food
go find
section?
I need to go and find a good deal somewhere.
I don't mind paying a little bit extra for just a little bit better brand experience. I think
Good.
that's where kind of like where we come in as kidswithmags.com. Like I said, we're in between. We're not Walmart and we're not Chanel. We're like the Target of resources. I think a lot of
Super
people,
valid.
right? Like I
Yeah.
think you're willing to pay a little bit more for a better experience overall.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, is how much is that going to really affect everything? So 30,000, they went in. This is June 10th is when this happened. So they instantly added 30,000 to their inventory. So I wonder, let's see how it goes, with rebag and everything.
Right?
What do you think? Would you?
I think it's crazy to think that you could be adding a Birkin to your Amazon cart. Like,
So I got diapers. I added
Right.
Birkin.
Birkin, like toilet paper, needed a disposable razor, add to cart.
Would you buy something from Amazon? Would you guys out there buy something from Amazon that's like of that high quality,
A luxury brand from
a luxury brand?
I don't know.
What do you think, Gwen? Gwen, you're gonna get your next MCM from Amazon.com.
Amanda says nope, nope, nope.
No? Does it feel kind of weird? Well, so here's how it works. If we talk about logistics, Rebag has the bags, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And not necessarily them. There's some of them are consignment.
Right.
So they have it. So it's not like it's in an Amazon warehouse.
I know. That's the hard thing that because like we sold on Amazon for a while, and when you've been through that experience, you realize that they're very, very, very buyer friendly. Like they like their buyers very, very much. So you can be a seller on Amazon and it still looks like it's coming from Amazon. Like
Right.
it doesn't look like you're an individual seller.
I wonder how the boxing.
Oh god.
Was it an Amazon box? Is it? It can't be. Maybe it's a Rebag. Like maybe like I don't know. I have nothing against Rebag. They're technically part of my Big Bagma. But here's the thing though, they kind of step away from that if they partner with Amazon because the ones that qualify for Big Bagma for me are the ones that have shit ass return windows. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. 14 days, too bad, so sad. And even if you're within the 14 days, some guy, depending on how he feels, is going to decide if he can return it or not.
Right.
So that to me is Big Bag mode, we like to call them, where they kind of screw the customer.
Yeah. Well, when it's all about the corporate experience, not the customer experience.
But Amazon is notorious,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean notorious, for siding with their customers first.
Yep.
But I don't think they've ever dealt with $5,000 bags, though.
Yeah, I know.
So what are they going to do about that?
Ooh, I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see how they handle that because they are very much like we are all about our customers and they could give two shits about the seller. So
They really don't.
are they going to continue that with these bags? That's kind of a scary thing.
These bags are expensive.
Yeah.
They're like $3,000 bags,
They could be pretty pricey and
$10,000 bag.
I don't know. That's going to be interesting. We got to go and like try and add one to cart and see.
Shut up. I'm pretty serious.
You
You
know
wanna
what
do
I
that?
mean? Yeah.
Can't do that right now. Should I do that right now?
Right? Yeah.
I might. We're going to Amazon right now. We're doing it right now. Let's just do it live right now. Okay, Amazon.com. I'm gonna try and buy me. What should I buy? Should I try and buy a
And be sure Zach better be coming down.
Let's take a look at this. All right, I'm on Amazon. What am I typing in? Hermes. Let's type in Hermes. Let's go.
Cologne.
No, I don't want cologne. I want a bag. It's loading because my internet. Okay, yeah, it's not. What if I just type in Rebag?
Oh yes.
It's just straight Rebag. Here it is. Rebag.
Oh, okay. There's their store.
Okay, so I'm looking at a Louis Vuitton pre-loved twist handbag lizard something. It says, oh, only $2,300. That thing is tiny. Oh my god, it can't even.
Add to bag.
I'm adding it to bag.
Sold by Rebag store.
Shipped and sold by Rebag. It says right on there.
Mm-hmm.
So some of your selected delivery location. That's because we have it going to a locker, an Amazon locker. You're like, yeah, I want to put my $2,000 bag in an Amazon locker. Can you do that for me? Thanks.
I'll be there soon, Ross.
Let's do it. Let's add. I'm adding it. I'm not even looking. I'm that bougie. I don't even look. I don't even proceed to purchase.
Okay.
So
Free returns, easy returns on
here it is.
items within 30 days.
Okay.
What more?
You guys, this is what they do. They do this. It says easy returns. Yeah, that sounds good. And then the little asterisks on eligible items within 30 days. So if you don't read, this is where they put their gray area fine print.
See it.
You want to see it?
Mm-hmm.
Luxury stores gladly accept returns on eligible items within 30 days and offers free return. To qualify for a full refund, all items must be returned in unused and unaltered. Okay, here's the problem, you guys.
With original tags, packaging intact. Expect a refund once your return is received and processed, usually within 3 weeks of the return shipping.
Yep. So here's the problem. Here's the problem for what I just read. That little extra line on there, coming from someone who loves to write lawyer mumbo jumbo, that protects them so good. And here's why. Because it clearly says unused. Well, the second you open the package and you put a single finger on that bag, it's now become used. And they can, depending on who's working that day.
It's always.
And this is the problem. They put it in a gray area where it depends if whether or not who's working that day will decide whether or not they want to take back my $300 Louis Vuitton that I just paid for.
Right.
Through Rebag.
Right.
So it's not necessarily Amazon. It is. I think luxury stores is Amazon. I think that's their thing.
It is.
But overall, Rebag is still kind of deciding whether or not
Interesting.
they take it out. But I think that's what we do differently. Like with kidswithmags.com, we don't do that. We just like, what's wrong with it? Who cares? They don't want it.
I know, right?
Take it back. Don't think about it. But we're also not dealing with $2,300 bags. I want to point that out. So they're on a whole other category.
Yeah, we'd be in a different bracket if that was our main base.
If that was our main base, yeah. So yeah, we're definitely not dealing with that. But that's something that we don't ever want to get to. We don't ever want to do that. So like when somebody wants to return something with us at kidswithmags.com, we're just like, okay, sure.
Right.
We don't even we have two options. If you ever gone through the return process with us, I think Amanda's gone through it if she's still in here.
Yeah.
There are two options. That's it. There's no like why did you return it? And then only two options, which is it didn't make me happy anymore, or I want somebody else to enjoy it. There are two options. That's it. That's it. There's no other option on kidswithmags.com when you return something. Seriously.
Someone is dumb enough to buy an LV pre-loved Speedy duffel on Amazon and drop $4,500. Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
When I want to say yes. Amazon is a big
I want to say no.
But I want to say no.
Wrong, you know?
You want to say no?
I want to say no that somebody wouldn't be that dumb. But the reality is I know that yes.
Here's my problem. We have friends that are well off.
Mm-hmm.
They're very well off. Let's be honest.
They would love the idea of an Amazon experience.
Right.
Like Prime Now, get it to my door.
I don't think they would mind buying their wife something from Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see it on the podcast, but I'm doing one of those air quotations.
Right.
On Amazon for their wife. Like, for example, who was it that buys Louis all the time that worked at Planet Fitness? He was Mac. Yeah, Mac buys his girl stuff. Now, they normally go to the store, don't get me wrong. They buy it brand new. So he's dropping $15,000, $20,000 on a bag. But I can see him being like, this was only $2,300. I bought it from Amazon. You know what I mean? So I can kind of see that still working, unfortunately. Or fortunately.
I'd be interested to see. Go back to the Rebag.
Hold on. I'm proceeding the purchase. Do you want an LV?
No, God, not that one.
I've already clicked the button. It's a twist handbag. What do you mean you can't fulfill my... It says here, you're too broke, get a life.
It says here.
Wow, that's pretty dead on. All my money goes back to my business. That's not fair.
I know, right?
Okay. Okay, you want me to do back?
Go back to just Rebag.
Rebag, got it.
Like, is it only high end with Rebag? Or like what all are they selling?
Yeah, Rebag generally is more higher end.
No.
So Chanel, Louis, Gucci,
YSL,
Cartier, yep, Dior. So they're definitely more on the higher end. They call it. So
I've never really shopped them.
I like where we're at.
I do too.
I love where we're at. Like at some point we considered selling LVs. Remember that?
Yeah.
And
we thought we would get to that point and we were like, oh, we'll know when we've hit LVs. And the more we've dealt with LVs and LV people and the world of LV, it's just not for us. It's really not. And the problem is what we were discussing yesterday, again, is the value of the brand that's happening with these low starts, these $3 starts, all of these things. It's just like destroying the brand value on Louis Vuitton.
Right.
So
exclusivity is a big deal when it comes to keeping any sort of value in your brand in the place. So.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes. Let's move on to the next topic, okay? Our next topic is brand value. Speaking of LVs, okay, here, I can test you right now.
Okay.
I'm going to test you. I'm going to test everyone out there too. LVs, do they hold...
What?
What did Gwen say? Gwen's up, it again.
So not wrap my brain around knowing what a bag of blueberry greenies for Kate in my Amazon cart. And oh yeah, let's throw in a Dooney. Add to cart. Back out.
Right.
See you in 2 days.
So LV holds its pricing, yes or no? It holds its value, yes or no?
I think that it's supposed to, but I think what's happening is it's losing it. But I think it did before this $3 start epidemic happened. Eileen says no.
They are, according to this, they hold up to 70 to 85% of their original value
Wow.
if they're a recent style.
Okay.
Not the stuff we're seeing on Poshmark.
Okay.
The stuff we're seeing on Poshmark is like vintage, and like some of the stuff I see people starting like $3 starts on here, it looks like I got run over from a truck. And they're like
chewed on it.
And and then people are still buying it. This is the insane part about this.
No.
Where it's like they're still buying the chewed up, it's ripped on the side LV, ink stains everywhere. They're still buying it
Just to say they have one.
just to say they have one, right? Because yeah, but I got an LV. And they go, yeah, but your dog chewed it. It's not worth anything.
I know.
So, and I've seen this because if you go through Poshmark right now into the wilds and you go searching LV, there's going to be plenty of LVs in trash condition trying to be sold for just
selling.
And sell, yeah. And they're selling it for a little bit more than what they bought it for on the $3 auction. And that's their game.
Right.
That's their hustle.
Right.
Is to go into those auctions, find it, and then find another sucker at the other end for, I bought it for 30 on this guy's show. I'm going to put it on my listing for 150 and someone's going to buy it. And sometimes they do.
Yeah, they do. They do. Or they sit on it and they end up barely making any money because nobody wants to buy it. They want to buy it in that thrill of the moment. They're not looking to go and drop 150 on a Louis. They're looking to start at $3 and get part of the hype and end up paying 250 or part of the auction hype.
The auction hype.
Bid this up.
Eileen says it's a status thing.
It absolutely is. LV's 100% a status thing because their quality is not amazing compared to some of the street brands like Chanel and Gucci. All of these bags that I feel like hold up much better than LV does. It is definitely a status thing in my opinion.
Let me read this news, okay? Here's the news. Hermes CEO Axel Dumas, that's his name, admitted on a second quarter earnings call in late July 2025 that seeing Birkin show up on resale sites makes him put a face on it, and it puts him in a bad mood, he said. So he doesn't like Hermes showing up on resale sites. The problem is that some buyers are spoofing front of store clients just to flip them online, which is hurting the brand reputation. So that's what we're doing. So that is what really brought upon this topic in the first place, is that the CEO of Hermes is not happy with what's going on, of seeing his brand, in essence, in a resale site.
Well, it's like seeing your book that you wrote in the bargain.
Right. Yeah.
Where you're like, fuck, I worked really hard on that, and now you're going to sell it for $2.
Now, here's why I think that LV is in a little bit of trouble. This is just my opinion. Oh, actually, there are some numbers to back me up here. The thing about Hermes is that they are really, really about keeping their brand exclusive and their brand top tier at all times. So it hurts them. It hurts him inside, like, oh my God, it's in a resale. Oh, it's in the resale bin.
They lose their exclusivity that way.
Right.
As well, because now anybody that can afford $7,000 instead of $20 can have a Birkin.
Right. And I know it seems like a lot of money for us, but to some, that's just chump change sitting around. So they don't mind paying, because they'll see it as a deal. They're like, yeah, but I didn't pay $10,000. I only paid $4,000, and that is a deal. It's $6,000 off, but it does bring back the brand down a lot on that side. So, according to Rebag's 2024 Claire report, Goyard topped the charts with 104% value retention.
Wow.
Hermes at 100%, Chanel at 92%, and LV at 88%, cumulatively marking them as the resale unicorn brands. So those are our top brands, you guys. So if you're out there, you're looking at Goyard, Hermes, Chanel, and LVs, Louis Vuittons. Those are the brands that keep their value. Those are the ones.
Makes sense.
So, and again, that is from Rebag 2024. And as we just heard about Rebag. They know what they're talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They're big boys in the game now.
Right. So, I mean, what about our area? What about our markets? What holds value in our markets? We're not up there selling $10,000 bags.
Right. But I still think that there are several unicorns in this bracket of bags that people are always looking for. And I think that we are in the affordable luxury category.
Right.
Where we have more of an audience that can afford what we're selling opposed to that want the higher end brands or that don't want to spend that purse.
You want to know what I
Say
say
in like the Target shopping, which is crazy to me because if you go shopping for a bag at Target, they're still like 30, 40, 50 bucks.
Yeah, that's crazy because they're
Like,
going to be trash soon.
don't get it wet. Like, don't let don't let a breeze blow by it. Like, bad.
So my thing about all that is how do you, to me, especially since obviously I don't carry a purse, but what I've seen culture wise is having a bag like a Coach or,
Mhm.
a Brahmin. To me, it's almost like a rite of passage. And you went from
Absolutely.
college girl who can't afford anything and hopefully a guy will buy me a drink tonight to a woman that's like, I can get my own fucking bags. Even if I'm making my man buy it for me, I got some nice bags.
Mhm.
So, and then of course there's the bougie ass Louis Vuitton, you know what I mean? Where it's like, I got plenty of bags, but I like where we're sitting at. And I think it is a rite of passage for people that carry purses where you're like, okay, it's time. No more Walmart brands.
Right?
I've seen some people carry like a bag that's like, it's got a hole in the side, which defeats the purpose of a bag
No.
when it's got a hole in it.
It hurts me to see cheap purses out there because I'm like, oh, it's not even that. It's just that people don't know that it's an option. You know what I mean? That they can spend $50 and have a gorgeous name brand bag.
Well, let's talk about that for a
opposed
second.
to-
I feel like this is for me. I think that rite of passage still has to be earned, like getting a Louis Vuitton. So a Louis Vuitton is quite expensive.
Right.
You're looking at 4 digits just to start. And then where we're sitting at, I feel like it shouldn't be down in the Target areas as well.
Mhm.
I feel like to get to that big girl rite of passage, you got to afford yourself
Mhm.
a nice Kate Spade.
For sure.
You got to afford yourself a Fry bag.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you got to earn that shit.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be a bit because then we're starting to devalue what we sell now at that point, which is like, well, if everyone can afford one of these, then they're no longer luxury.
Right.
Now we're going to have to sell Louis,
Yeah.
So
But I think I still think it's nice to be able to get yourself a nice bag in that $50 to $100 range. Just spend a little bit more than you were going to. But I think a lot of people have the shopping itch too of like going out and actually putting hands on and like having a full shopping experience.
would you want to do a brick and mortar, a kidswithmags.com brick and mortar? Do you think that there's something missing in the experience?
I kind of do. I mean, I kind of feel like there is something missing in that. Right now, to buy a pre-loved handbag, you're looking at like Plato's Closet, and they take in the neighbor's chewed up bag that it looks like their toddler spit in, and like they're just bad. Like they're like, why did you even take that bag in? And that's your option for like going to shop for like a thrifted bag, or you go to the Goodwill. And again, somebody's dog has chewed on it and they put a $70 sticker on it because it has a Coach tag.
I guess my question is the concept of going out right now. Let's go. Me and you, we're going to go buy a purse.
Mhm.
Or we're going to go to a purse store right now.
Sounds awesome.
But is that concept lost now? Do you think most people prefer to just buy online? They don't even get to touch the bag. I mean, by the way, asterisk, that's why we have a good vibes guarantee.
Right.
Is that was a big deal for us.
Right.
It's like they don't even get to touch the bag and they're just spending $100. Let's make sure when they get it that they love it.
Well, I feel like so many things are done online now that it's like a part of me kind of wants to bring shit back to nature where it's like, yeah, we do go outside, you guys. Like we can talk to each other again. Like we can interact with each other because I feel like COVID and also this generation they're just being brought up and in such a homebody experience.
Oh, don't get me started on this generation.
That
I would be an old man. I'm gonna sound like an old
No.
back in my day.
I know. But no, in all seriousness, we've become this like online generation and it feels like that's moving forward. So I would love to bring back the idea of like actually going out and shopping and
We've always been counterculture anyways.
absolutely. So whether it would do well, I don't know, probably not. But I would love for it to be because I want to bring it back.
Like, could you imagine, like,
each
you
other.
go in and then you actually get to, like, shop this?
Right. You can touch it. You can put it on your shoulder. You can have like a whole experience and
Wouldn't that be something?
still would come with a good vibes guarantee because, hey, you might get it home and you're like, I actually hate this color.
Because it exists now. You can go to an outlet store right now
Right.
or a retail store.
Right. Outlet
Right.
retail for sure.
But then there's nothing else.
Mhm.
After that, it's thrift store, That's
Which
it.
has absolutely no return policy.
No,
Or,
oh yeah,
or give a shit about
no,
that.
there's none of that going on. There's thrift store, and then there's like maybe some mom and pop shops that might have like a boutique
Mm-hmm.
that might have this, but there's absolutely nothing that I can go to right now, at least where we're at in Utah, where I can drive to and be like, let's go get ourselves a pre-loved purse.
Right.
I don't even.
Purse shop.
I don't want to fucking deal with Poshmark. I don't want to deal with Poshmark. I don't want to deal with fucking eBay. I don't want to deal with Depop and Mercari. I don't even want to deal with KidsMags.com. Fuck them too. I just want to go in and grab a purse
Right.
in the pre-loved market and touch it. That place doesn't exist.
Not yet.
Well, I mean, we got to make it, I
Not
guess.
yet. Yeah.
But I'm just saying that's not a thing that you
No.
can do, right?
Hi, Elaine.
And then a part of me is like, well, maybe it doesn't exist for a reason. Maybe because no one's going to go out and do that.
I know. Hey, it would be something we just try and succeed or try and fail and whatever.
You're like, bye-bye $20,000 just to try that. $20,000 social experiment.
Hubby don't need to know. Love those labels, by the way.
Oh,
Gwen.
Gwen's got a good point because, hold on, let's just talk about it. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. Fucking sorry for it. This is the last podcast we did. The audio was so bad. That's why we're doing it like this. So this podcast is actually, we're going to have much better audio. So this one's going on. So I'm just going to talk about it. Husbands tripping because their women spend money. We're adding a third topic. Fuck it. Because their women spend money on bags.
Yeah.
Is it, I mean, do they have a point?
No.
Stop spending $10,000 on handbags.
Stop spending $10,000 on golf clubs.
Absolutely not. Mine's a hobby. Yours is an addiction.
Apparently.
Absolutely not. You leave my golf clubs out of this. They've done nothing. They've done nothing to you. We would talk about that for a second. If you didn't have a store like that, you could kind of sneak out and kind of.
That's true.
And then a part of me is like, why do you have to sneak out?
Why do you have to? Yeah.
Right. You know. So, but I get it though. So I guess a more deep underlining all that, relationships that have those troubles need better communication, and they, really like, how come we don't argue about that shit?
You know better.
I know better. How dare you speak the truth on a podcast? I will go now. But no, that's the thing, right? So you're not supposed to spend now. I want to give warrant to the men out there. If your partner, okay, because we could be talking about a gay couple, whatever. It don't matter what we talk about here. If your partner goes out and spends a lot of money on a single thing and is hurting the budget, that can cost them 10.
Absolutely.
Would you agree?
Yeah, but that could be anything. It could be anything. Animals. It could be anything.
I think that's a fair argument if and only if the other partner themselves hasn't splurged on something.
Right. Isn't contributing to the problem.
Right. They're not contributing. For example, a hypocritical argument where I'm like, hey, I can't believe you're buying all those Coach bags and YSLs, right? And then, but don't look in my garage. Don't look in there. Just listen to the argument that I've given you. Don't look in the garage. Those are hobbies.
I agree with you, Gwen. Absolutely.
What did Gwen say?
She said there's a number of women on Posh who feel they have to hide it from their hubbies, boyfriends, whatever. It's crazy stupid, especially when it's the woman's own money. I completely agree with that. And hurting the budget is one thing. Yes, when it doesn't affect the budget, it's wrong. That's right. If you have the money to spend, who can fucking tell you what to spend it on? I mean, don't go spend it on meth. They'll just public service announcement. Let's not do that. But like when it's something that brings you joy, like a purse, like why are we being reprimanded for it? Why are we being like
that this is an unspoken
diminished and like
this argument isn't talked about.
Belittled. No,
this topic right here is not talked about. It's just kind of
ridiculed, isn't it? One
ridiculed. Who's getting ridiculed? Oh, for buying it?
Micromanaged. Yep.
Micromanaged. Yep. That's a big one. So this topic just isn't talked about. It's kind of swept under the rug. Honestly, it really is. And it is quite hypocritical. I'm telling you as a male right now, it's a very hypocritical argument because most of the men that are giving women shit for this also themselves have something that they're buying too much of. So it really, the reason why, all jokes aside, the reason why I don't really give mags any kind of shit is because I have plenty of stuff that I spend a lot of money on. Specifically, guys, what do you think this is? Do you think this is free? I spent money on this that she doesn't give me shit for because it brings me happiness, it brings me joy, and I'm not overspending to where we're going to be homeless. You know what I mean? Like we're not.
It's not a detriment.
It's not a detriment. So that's why we don't. So, and I think that's a big deal there. And if a woman is making her own goddamn money, okay, I'm just gonna say it with that too. I'm gonna be kind of aggressive about it. If she's making her own goddamn money, leave her fuck alone. Leave her alone. What did she do? She's spending money. She made her money. She can spend it whatever the fuck she wants. Who are you, her dad?
Right.
Which is weird.
Right. Which is another issue.
It's another issue on its own. Who are you? Leave her alone. You know what I mean?
Eileen says that's why the divorce rate is up and means that means causes financial issues. Yep.
Right.
People can't just get along, and they want to nitpick at each other for that kind of stuff.
Right.
And
Right. Financial issues are a big one there. Now again, I'm going to just to stay on this topic, because I will ADD my ass off into a different topics with this, is when it comes to a woman buying a purse, or a man, a gay man, or whoever, it can be a straight man. I don't give a shit. Okay. I use the term women in general because that's the majority that buy purses.
Right.
All right. I'm just saying that for the sensitive people born the year 2000 and above. You know what I'm talking about. A little sensitive. They're not like us. We're drink out of the hose generation. We can handle these comments.
Right.
But they can't.
hose water was the best.
Hose water was amazing. Unless you're the first kid that got it, right?
Good. Oh my God. It scorched your mouth. You were like, no. Because you're so thirsty and you made it there before everybody else.
But it brings joy and it brings happiness. And I think ultimately we all have something that we splurge on, that we buy, that we call retail therapy.
Mhm.
And if you take a second to all the guys out there, and keep bearing in mind, this is if your partner is not buying you out of a house and a home, okay?
Right.
And that's
reason.
that within reason.
Right.
For if they're not buying you out of a house and home, this is something that brings them happiness and joy. So just let it happen.
Right.
Let it happen.
Mhm.
And not to mention, some people can resell bags like you.
Right.
So they're kind of half investments. At a minimum, you'll get what you'll bring back some costs.
Right.
Maybe you bought a bag for $400. You're like, whatever, I'll sell it for $100. Big whoop. You know what I'm saying? So I'll at least get some money back.
Right.
It's not just like a complete waste.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's my rant.
There's
That's my TED Talk. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. They absolutely investments if they're seen. It's like anything can be flipped to be whatever narrative you want it to be at the time. And most of the time, husbands or unsupportive partners want to take the idea that it's frivolous spending or that it's splurging. And when in reality, most of them are an investment because the pre-loved handbag world is growing so rapidly.
Apparently, it's $64 billion, rising 11% every year.
Casual, then get off of their back. They literally are buying an investment that could be resold. I don't know. I agree with you. It is all about control, and that is all the issue.
There
definitely.
are some partners where this isn't even about the bags. It's not even about the money. They got plenty of money. Okay, they ain't worried about money. It really is at that point about more control and other deep underlying issues that they probably got to start talking about.
I know, right?
So
That's just the surface.
that's just the surface, yeah. Or hit the therapist. Like,
Mm.
pay the damn therapist.
For real.
Hey, therapist. And if you guys don't know, I have a background on that. So my background is technically neuroscience, as well as I'm your stereotypical Asian that did very, very well in school. So I had a very high GPA, and I went to go do quantum physics, and in essence, psychology was going to be my minor, but my major was going to be in neurosciences. So a lot of this comes when we talk about my subject now. You're in my realm now, if you will. A lot of this comes way deeper. Anything that you're seeing on the outside is generally only the surface.
Surface value.
There's generally something either being projected or some trauma that's going on.
Right.
And here I got a woman in front of me that I can now take that out on,
Mm-hmm.
in essence. Okay. All the way in. That's what I can do. So I can be like, why are you buying these purses? What else are you going to buy next? Are you just going to buy it? You don't even care. Now, watch how fast this goes. You don't even care about our finances. Do you even care about us? Do you just want to make us whole? You just want to buy everything? You want to make us homeless? You have a problem. You have a big problem. You see how that just instantly progresses so
Oh, it
fast?
spiraled. So
It doesn't, and just like that, and it never really was about. And the whole time, the whole time, the coach person's like, "What did I do wrong? I'm just trying to make someone happy." So that's what's going on the side. So, but that generally is how fast it now.
It is. It goes from one thing to another. So, oh, Gwen.
What's up?
She has over
Read to me, Mags. I can't see the chat.
40 plus semester hours of psych classes
Yes.
and still put herself in, well, yeah.
Well, if you did have classes and you did go, then you know about how important it is, mental health is. And that, I say this all the time to people. One of the biggest punishments in prison is what? Isolation. You put them in isolation. You put them by themselves. They don't want anything to do with that. So I think it's really funny. We do the Robin Williams effect all the time in real life, where we're completely surrounded by people, but feeling isolated at the same point.
Mhm.
My point, I guess what I'm trying to say is human beings were not meant to go through a lot of the things that they go through alone. If you put a human being alone, what happens? They kind of have a tendency to go crazy, don't
But
they?
yeah, they go
Just a little bit. So I think that's why it's important that even if you do, I mean, on a completely side note away from purses, even if you do have a background like myself into psychology and into the mind, I still recommend doing some therapy when you need it.
right.
Having that mental health is a big deal.
It
So
absolutely is.
yeah, that's a big deal. You mean chat? So next,
Scroll.
scroll. Oh, conversation scrolling. Got it. We can help with that.
Yeah.
Watch me type random letters in.
Scroll.
So Mags, we're gonna have to end the topic for now.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's a big one. We talked today about big boys coming in, Amazon
Right.
coming into the resale game.
Scissoring.
The scissoring. Watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out, Big Bagma. You got other people joining in that might actually give better return policies than what
Sure.
you got. And then we talked about what brands hold value. We have learned that is Goyard. Goyard actually increases according to Rebag in price. And then, of course, we talked about the elephant in the room finally. Is husbands giving shit to their wives. Is it legitimate? You know, is it right? And I think we can agree that it all depends.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to be generic about it. It all depends because
It's case by case.
case by
unfortunately.
case. Yeah. You can't really just go in it. But
But it definitely needs to be talked about, just like mental health needs to be talked about. That's something talked about, and,
Right.
and brought more like mainstream. You know what I mean?
I
So
agree.
it's not so taboo.
I agree. So much of what we're trying to do here at Kismet Mags is that bring a little bit of happiness and joy.
Wherever
gonna-
we can.
Yeah, it's not going to cost $3,000
Yep.
or etc. In fact, Gwen wasn't here, but didn't we decide behind her back what we're giving Cade?
Well, yeah, we did.
I can show. I think I can show her. Who picked it?
Eileen.
Eileen picked the toy for Cade. Gwen, I think it's right there. I've just about packed it up. You can still kind of show it. Look. Yeah, we did.
It's in.
It's in there.
It's in
there. It's in there. I was packing up. There is a Cade toy in there. There absolutely is. Eileen picked it. We didn't know which one to choose, so I just put it up on the screen. But my point is that I think that's one thing that I don't ever. We talk about all these big companies, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have to do the sign up for the podcast soon. But I can edit all this part out just to chat about this.
Right.
If we ever get that big, if and when we get that big, I don't ever want to lose that right there.
I know. I
Like
don't either. That's why I'm highly distracted watching.
there's got to be a way to scale accordingly.
Yeah.
Without losing the I know what Eileen likes
Mhm.
touch.
For sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So right now it's manageable. We have something like 50 consistent customers, and I can keep track of 50.
Right.
But what happens when you get to 1,000 people? How do you keep track of that? How do you keep that still personable? And that's just something we're going to have to do in the long run. Unless maybe you're just an amazing encyclopedia of people
Maybe.
and you just know everybody.
I take really good notes on everybody.
You know?
I have like my little black book.
You're really good at that now. There'll be someone who watched your show from like a year ago come in and you're like, oh my God, blankety blank. How's your blankety blank dog? I was like, how the hell do you remember that? I don't even know if I'm wearing underwear that day. And you remember that lady's dog's name. Like, how's that even possible?
Savant.
So, I thought that very question last night.
About how we keep track of everything.
How do we scale? How we keep scale?
And he's like, Cade's doing his first dog show tomorrow.
Wait, a dog show? Wait, really?
Cute.
Oh, that's so cute. You know,
Fun.
Gwen, quite honestly, I'm very humble in this. I actually don't know. We don't know how we're going to keep it like that. But I do know this, that if I would rather pause any kind of growth to make sure we don't lose that personable touch ever with people, because I'm not trying to be a multi-billion-dollar corporation with KismetMags.com.
Right.
So I am an entrepreneur, and when I will never be finished with Kismet Mags, but I have other stuff. Again, if you don't know much about me, I'm raised by women, so I'm very feminine based. And I want to create another company that helps women out in a different way aside from this. So, if it ever gets to that point where we get so big and we cannot keep it personable, we're just going to pause to grow, because I like this. Look how many people we got on the show. 10 people, 9 people. If this is the 9 people that I enjoy, I'm happy. We don't need anything else.
I know.
We don't need to get, you see shows out there with hundreds of people,
I know.
and first of all, they're not even buyers.
Right. Most of them, it's like a share show.
It's a share
They're
show.
waiting for their shit to be ran.
You guys, let me give you my analytics on this. The first time I went into a Poshmark show, the first time, I said, what's going on here? There's so many people. And I watched that show for like an hour. I'm not going to mention name. It's a very popular person on Poshmark. Nobody bought anything. Nobody bought. And then Mag said, oh, it's a share show. So people come in and they share their products, right? And I go, oh, okay. So the people in here aren't necessarily buyers. They're here just to try and sell their stuff. to other sellers who aren't buying.
Right.
So my mind went, whoa, wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. So, and then I watched Mags. Mags went and did it, and she stayed in a share show. She waited, you guys, for like an hour and a half. And I'm under-exaggerating. It was longer than that.
That was so long.
For her one product to be run for 10 seconds. And then the host had the audacity to be like, hurry up and change it, because she tried to run it for a minute. And she was like, no, not a minute, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So she got yelled at after waiting for an hour and a half to get her stuff run. And I went, oh my God, the people in there are other sellers anyways. So I told Mags that day, I go, listen, if we ever did a show, if we ever did a show together, I want it to where the people in there aren't even necessarily buyers and aren't necessarily sellers. That's why when I notice that there's no share show button here with us. You can share something if you're part of this. So I don't mind. But I'm saying is that notice we don't do that. I would rather have 5 to 20 intimate people that we know very well, that we're just having a good time with.
I know. Then 200 people that are bickering, and there's so much drama. You're so right. Like, there's so much drama in the shows with that many people get catty, and I hate shows that are really, really, really popular. I also feel like my chat never gets seen because I'm a chatter. When I go in the shows, I like to chat. I like to engage, and my chat just flies by because there's 75 other people and they're chatting and they're just spamming a fucking emoji of some sort. I'm like, I don't know what half of the shit they're talking about. You're like, what am I doing here? And I was like, I really just wanted to see what size that shirt was, but thanks.
Eileen says she's been in shows where it was very painful to watch because women were cursing at each other. Oh my God, that's catty.
So crazy.
That's too much. But anyway, that's my experience with Mags. On Poshmark, first time share show, and I told Mags after that, I go, listen, whatever we make, this is before we even thought about Kiss It Mags. This is before even this was in conception, because technically speaking, Kiss It Mags started on January of this year, technically speaking. And I said, please, do not make it and barring in mind, I don't mind share shows when it's done correctly.
Right.
There are so many share shows done right.
The bad guys.
The bad guy shows.
They do a really, really good share show.
They're a cute couple.
They're adorable. And it's not chaotic. It's he runs his, they run the shares, they chat, they
say run it again.
Yeah.
They try and sell it for you.
Yeah. They actually try and sell your stuff as opposed to just filling up their tray to get people in. I feel like it's like a popularity contest is what a share show is.
Absolutely. So until the end of time, and this is my promise for you, Mags, as well as for everyone else out there, I will never, ever prioritize numbers in our shows. I don't care about numbers. I don't care if we have 3 people and it's just me, Gwen, and Eileen.
Right.
I'm fine with that. I don't need anybody else. Right. So we'll have a good time. We'll talk about Cade, We'll talk about Eileen's trip in Vegas. We'll talk about all sorts of fun things to have a great time. Like I don't need to have a inflated number of people in.
Like I said, I think it's a flex when you have something.
Right. Yeah. Okay. We have to do a sign off.
Oh boy.
You got to thank people for listening.
Let's see.
Hey, thanks everybody.
Hey, thanks everybody.
Okay, maybe not that voice. Try again. I will not edit any of this out, by the way.
So la vista, baby. So good success.